You want to do something?
No, that's right.
Hi.
What are we talking about?
We are telling people that we have left Alice. It has the two...
But we haven't done too much videoing so far.
Hopefully we'll do more. Yay! We've been really sick.
Fully sick.
Hi guys.
Hey guys, welcome back. We're back in our illustrious van.
So we went Broken Hill, Birdsville, Boulia,
Gemtree,
Alice.
Yeah.
And we're now just leaving Alice, and we have tried to do the vlog style. Why would you do that?
we're not cut out for that,
Shocking.
so we're gonna. You'll see some of that. That was us attempting that on our trip, and then we're like, scrap that. So, yeah, we've done that on our trip. We've done some repairs. We've just pulled out of Alice, and we're heading to Glen Helen Gorge, which is, I guess, sort of like the northern side of the MacDonnell Ranges.
East.
They run east to west, don't they?
Yeah.
And we're going on the top. Alright, so we're on our way to Glen Helen Gorge.
So I didn't realise how beautiful the MacDonnell Ranges are. Stopped in at a few gorges on the way. We didn't do any of the bigger ones, I guess, because having the two little ones, we did have to fit into naps, and getting them in and out of the car can be a bit tricky.
And when we went through, probably one of the things that was a little bit of a downside for us is just with the way that the rain had been out there previously, and then there'd been a big stint without any rain. Some of the gorges had a lot of dead fish. So we pulled into, I think the first one we pulled into was Ellery Big Hole. Is that right?
Ellery Creek Big Hole.
Yeah.
And that was really lovely. A really easy walk. It was like 5 minutes to the actual gorge itself.
Ellery Creek, awesome spot. We didn't stay there too long though. We were sort of travelling based on kids, as we've said before, and that. So we left there. We then chuffed off to
the Ochre Pits.
We didn't all go down because kids were asleep in the car. So we went to the Ochre Pits. That was really, really nice. And then Ormiston. So a little bit further along, Ormiston Gorge, and that was a big stop for us. That was a good one.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Bit more of a walk, so we walked all the way down with the kids, crossed the sand. We found a spot that didn't have as many little dead fishies and stuff. Some people were swimming out in there anyway. So, and we just let George have a little. He had to have a splash.
Yeah.
And then we went back up the top and ice cream.
Yeah, no, and that was lovely. So, little cafe at the top. It's a beautiful spot.
Yeah, and then we went over to Glen Helen. So Glen Helen's a little place on that side of the range. Last time I was there, I was 11-ish years old.
That you'd been there.
And it has changed significantly. There's a nice nice caravan park there now.
It's a full-on resort now.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Well, when you went there, I think it was just like a hut.
Yeah, it wasn't much anyway. We went back, 20-something years ago.
Wow.
But yeah, that was really good. So we pulled in there. We got a spot right up the top, and then we had a eat out dinner that night, didn't we?
Yeah. So we arrived, set up, and then went to their little pub for dinner.
They had like a buffet thing that night or something.
That's right. Get a ticket.
Yeah. So we got a ticket, and we decided, we'd do it. We'd treat ourselves. So. Yeah. We did that, went and sat down at the pub, and it looks over the gorge, and it's an awesome backdrop, and that was freaking awesome.
So pretty.
And the food was great.
It was really yum.
And then we decided not to do a fire that night. We decided that we'd do that the next night. So we sort of packed up, went to bed, and then the next morning we got up and do a bit more exploring.
Yeah. So that's when we looked up what's in the area, which... There's heaps of gorges, obviously, but we also wanted to look at Hermannsburg, I think it's pronounced. Hermannsburg?
Yeah, Hermannsburg, yeah. But yeah, anyway, Hermannsburg. So Hermannsburg, there's an old village there. You pay a couple of bucks and you get to walk around. You get to see the old original settlement that's there. So we went in there. We had a look. George really didn't want to be there that day.
We still got through it, and we found some, things that he was excited about, and I think towards the end he was okay with being there.
Yeah.
We saw a horse. Wasn't a very well horse, but we still saw one, which I was happy about.
Yeah. So. And then we went into the grocery store there. We got some bits, got some lunch, and then we got some fuel on the way out of Hermannsburg. That was one of those self-serve fuel things. That was really good. And then we headed back, and on the way back we dropped into two places on the way back. The first one was there's a big crater out there, and there's it's another sacred site. The drive in though was the corrugations, man.
That was probably the worst in our whole trip, I think.
It was pretty close to the worst, I reckon. Yeah. And then we drove back, but on the way back there's quite a large lookout. What's it called again?
Tyler's Pass Lookout.
Tyler's Pass Lookout, which is close to Glen Helen. So we drove up top of the hill up there. Got some awesome photos. That was good.
It was lovely.
So we left Tyler's Pass and headed back to Glen Helen. We were all ready to go have a swim because it was quite hot, and then we were looking forward to having a big campfire that night. So we get back to the caravan, and unfortunately a little bit of a damp. They had a total fire ban, so we could have had a fire the night before. Chose not to. The night we wanted to have a fire, couldn't. These things happen. We decided then, it's time to go have a swim.
so then we came back, had our last night at Glen Helen, and
Quiet taco, and then we
Yeah.
push off. We bought a pass. Had to get a pass on the way out because we were
yes.
travelling the Marini Loop through to Kings Creek Station.
Yeah, we considered doing the other way because it's a bit shorter and things, but when are we going to get back there, really?
Yeah.
And so, you can't camp on the Marini Loop, so you just have to drive along it, but it really took us, 2 hours, I think, was the
Yeah, it
drive?
wasn't bad. We pulled
long.
up, there's all those horses. We felt
Yeah.
like the wild horses that were out there.
It's crazy. So, like, obviously...
Trashed the whole riverbank spot.
But again, really lovely scenery, just amazing place.
Yeah, and we cruised along there. We didn't stop anywhere along the Marini. We stopped right at the end at was it jump up or... Yeah, I think it's called...
Depends where you look, but I think, Jump Up Rest Area or Ginty's Rest Area, I think it's the other one. Anyway.
Which is all around, that's down near the Kings Canyon end of the Marini Loop.
Yeah, and it literally looks out at Kings Canyon, if that makes sense.
Yeah, really, really nice spot. We were going to stay there, but it's one night only stay. We went in there anyway, got some photos, had a look around. If we'd had more time, then we would have. So we pulled into Kings Creek Station. Which is an absolute resort, and that's a type of place too. Even if you don't have any four-wheel drive, you'd probably get out there in a Tesla now. Yeah. And it's
really lovely.
Really, really nice.
They were actually doing the resort side as well up, so they were renovating that when we were there. But we were down in the non-powered sites.
No, but it was really, really cool.
Oh, it was so nice.
And it was really, really, really nice spot.
They have a pool.
They have some grass areas, and there was a school camp that was in there, and they were all in their tents on a grass spot and stuff. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
George got out and about on his little pushy.
And so we just did that night, and then we went to Kings Canyon the next day, I think. Yeah. No, we did Kings Canyon that day.
We did Kings Canyon that day because there's a little Kings Canyon walk. You follow the path all the way in. So we did that.
Yeah.
And then the next day, my parents did the walk up over the top.
Yeah. It was going to be way too hard.
No
for us
way
to
you could do that with kids
There's
like
a
this.
staircase that is just so steep and so long that trying to carry a 6-month-old and a 2-year-old would have been... Some people might be able to do it, but not us guys.
Yeah, and I guess there's some worry there too. It's not fenced. They've got safety call things around and stuff because people have been injured. And we made the judgment call. We weren't going to take a 6-month-old and a
2-year-old,
2 almost 3-year-old up there. So we did the walk down the bottom. When the next day when they were off doing the big walk and that, we caught up, did some washing and just tried to have a day just relaxing.
Because we had been kind of going and going.
Yeah. So we did some of that, and then Mum and Dad came back and we had another pub meal. We had more pub meals at this bit than we did any other time. So we did that, and then that's us. So definitely, once again, one of those places. All of this, like the Marini Loop, something you wouldn't want to do if you didn't have like a 4-wheel drive.
Yeah,
or anything. Or at least something with a bit of ground clearance. But the rest of it, you can get out there in any car whatsoever.
So easy. And like, it's just worth seeing because it's
And you
completely...
don't need a caravan. There's like, they've all got cabins and stuff now.
Yeah.
And you can get out and you can see these places that are, they're just awesome. They're amazing.
Like I say, I was actually blown away by, like, I think that part of Australia is undersold, if that makes sense, because it was just amazing. It was probably the highlight of our trip for me. Anyway, that's it for this one.
That's it for this one. So stay tuned. We're going to stay in the van. We're just going to cut. And then we'll just, I might turn my hat a little bit or whatever. And then we're going to record the next bit. So
okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
North, south.
Let's just cut
Hang on.
to some pictures.
Yeah, we can do that. But I'm just trying to explain to you. It's the one where you had the footpath, concrete footpath, and you walked in, and literally as you finished the concrete footpath was where the gorge was, while the other one we had to like walk across the sand, down the big stairs, and then across into the other.
Yeah,
you're there. You carried the boys. It's the one that we have the photo where we're like with the boys.
Oh, right.
That was at Ellery Creek.
Right,
We were there for like 15 minutes. Anyway,
Right.
non-controversial.